So when God is asking you to pray for people and you're being obedient and you're listening to everything that the Holy Spirit's telling you to do, the Holy Spirit, this has been my experience, is He's told me to do things that seem unreasonable. Like specifically, like I'm walking by with my 2 dogs and I walk by this guy and his dog is barking at my dog, one of my dogs, and like I try to speed by this guy fast so that our dogs can stop barking at each other. And then once I get past him, the Holy Spirit's like, go back and pray for that guy or ask him if he wants prayer. So I'm like, oh my gosh, Lord, like that's awkward. You know what I mean? Like it's an awkward situation. But I go back anyways. And I'm standing in the middle of the street and I'm holding my dogs. The dogs are growling at each other. He's holding his dog. He's like, what the heck is this chick doing? Like, what is she doing? And then I'm like, hey, like I know this might seem kind of weird, but do you need prayer for anything? God wanted me to ask you. And like before, when I would I was like really zealous and I wanted to pray for everybody. I wanted to be used by God. I was super excited. I wanted to help people. And so when I would ask people if they needed prayer, or when I would reach out to talk to somebody or even to share the gospel, I would be super nervous, and I would like, the way I would tell them would be like, you know, like I felt like it was on me. Like I felt like they were looking at me like I was weird. I felt like it was on me, like I better say the right thing. And now that I'm just listening to the voice of the Holy Spirit and literally letting Him lead me and guide me every single step of the way, it's like I don't have that. Like, sure, I get a little bit of like a little nervous or whatever when I'm about to do something that is like, you know, out of my comfort zone. But the Holy Spirit's been asking me to do stuff that's out of my comfort zone over and over and over and over and over again. And the more I do it, the less nervous I get. And I've already learned, it's like, I love God so much and I'm so hungry for Him, and I have the fear of the Lord so much so that I don't care what He asks me to do, I'm gonna do it. I don't care if I have to do it scared. I don't care if I look weird. I don't care if it's completely outrageous. He's had me go up to random people's doors and knock on them. And like, He's like, I'll tell you what to say when you get there, type stuff. And I'm like, okay, you know, okay. And these 2 guys that were, or this guy and this girl that were just talking, they're literally on their porch, and their porch is like back behind these trees, and like it's back behind these trees, and there's like a bunch of stuff, like their porch is like hidden, like back, you know, it's like hidden. So in order to get to their porch, you literally have to like walk through the grass. So the sidewalk's right here, the grass is right here, the trees are over here, and the porch is all the way over here. You have to actually you have to walk through the grass and like act like you're actually like going up to their porch. And so the dogs were sitting there, and these people are talking, and I'm like, but Lord, and God's like, ask them if they need prayer. And I'm like, but they're talking, but I don't want to walk up to somebody's porch like randomly and be like weird. And He's like, ask them if they need prayer. Ask them if they need prayer. And like, do you want to be used by me or what? Like, because you said you wanted more of me. You said you wanted to obey me. You said you would do anything that I told you to. So what's up? Like, testing it. So I'm like, yep, bet, I got you. Like, I love you so much, like I got you. I'm gonna do whatever you ask me to. So like I said, like the more I've done it, the less like you know, scared I am to do it. And so I'm like, okay, I'm like, you know, like, I'm sorry, but like, do you guys like, and wait, they were talking, sorry guys, I'm a little bit distracted because I'm driving. They were talking, and I was like, but they're talking. Like, they're talking. And God was like, interrupt them and ask them if they need prayer. And I understand, like, when we move forward with the things of God, we have to move with the spirit of wisdom. Like, we have to be wise. And so, but he said, interrupt them. It doesn't matter. And then he like started bringing to my mind like Jesus and the different things that he did that offended people. But so I interrupted them. And then I did what he asked me to do. And they were like, no, we don't want it. I walked away. Before, I used to be all sad. Oh my gosh, they didn't get prayer. And I felt like it was a burden on me. Like I didn't do something right, or like I messed up. Now I trust and completely trust the plans of the Lord. And I know that that was a seed planted. This is God's plan. This is God's work. This is God is in control. He's the boss. He's the one who's in control, not me. So I don't have that. I'm just like, oh yeah, like I'm just doing what God is telling me to do. Like I'm being a faithful servant. That's what I'm doing. It's not on me. There's no guilt. There's no shame. There's no pressure. Like I'm following the leading of the Holy Spirit. So I just noticed a difference in before and now, and I'm so grateful. And I love God so much, and I love the Holy Spirit so much. And if you guys are going through the same thing, just keep obeying the voice of the Holy Spirit. Don't let people talk you out and doubt that it's Him. And do it even if, no matter how ridiculous it sounds, because we have to be obedient to God, and there is a mighty reward.